This is a corner of forgotten England, a glade in the middle of nowhere, and in the middle of the glade, an astonishing ruin. It's like a set of old teeth sticking up against the sky. I bet that lot is about 800 years old. Those stones could tell a few stories, couldn't they, of forgotten battles and knights who are long dead and who no doubt come back here to haunt this place like shadows.
King Arthur's coming. King Arthur's coming. Yeah, King Arthur's coming. King Arthur's coming. Arthur Uther Pendragon's coming. I said the King Arthur's coming. King Arthur's coming with Excalibur, his sword. Now King Arthur's coming.
Speak the truth.
Yes, I said.
King Arthur's coming. Rise, Franklin the Black, Brother Knight. Stop following more back.
King Arthur's coming, so spread the word.
What's going on?
Well, basically, it's the raising of a Brother Knight.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
What is it?
It's druid fluid, cider.
Druid fluid.
Druid fluid, that's what we call it.
And who are you guys, if I might ask?
Well, basically, I'm the nutter who thinks he's King Arthur, and these are some of my friends and associates.
The nutter who thinks he's King Arthur?
Well, that's what they call me, yeah.
You are King Arthur?
I most certainly am. My name is actually Arthur Uther Pendragon, my signature's Arthur Rex, and I'm known to the police, amongst others, simply as King Arthur. I believe myself to be the reincarnation of a Dark Age chieftain of the same name. The only difference is, of course, when you hear the phrase King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, for king read chieftain and for knight read warrior, and that's a lot closer to how it really was in Dark Age Britain.
So, are you somebody playing the part of Arthur, or is this a reincarnation?
This is what I believe. You can believe what you like. This is what I do.
Who were you before you realised you were King Arthur?
I was King Arthur without a name.
No, I mean, when you were a little boy, were you just...
Well, I obviously, my name is actually Arthur Uther Pendragon. It wasn't when I was a very small child, because I changed it by change of name deed. But the whole thing is, that from a spiritual sense, I've always been Arthur. It's just I didn't know it until 1986, when I reverted to my once true and former name. But since 1986, I've been out there fighting for truth, honour and justice as Arthur Uther Pendragon.
You look like a biker. Do you know, when I first saw you, I don't mean to be rude, I mean, especially if you're the king, I thought you were like a Hell's Angel dressed in old-fashioned clothes.
Well, what then is the biker if not the modern knight of the road? I mean, you can bring it up to the 20th century. I do ride a motorcycle because my horse now is an iron steed.
Do you feel uncomfortable in the modern world? I wonder...
Well, more like a round peg in a square hole. I've never quite fitted in. But I fit in now, and I found out how I fit in. And that's all in this or any life you can ask for. All you can ask for is to find your own destiny. And I've found mine. And I'm happy. You see, prior to reverting to what I believe is my once true and former name, I used to have sleepless nights and worry about the life, the universe, everything. Now it's simple. Who are you? King Arthur. What you got to do? Reunite and save the Celts. Sleep. No problem.
When you're in a place like this, do you have a great pull towards the past? Do you have a feeling of history?
You can't not, can you? I mean, look at it. I mean, you can't not have a pull towards the past and a feeling of the continuity of time itself and the people that must have frequented a place like this. And, of course, it's a great place to come in the evening and to go down there to light a fire and to have Eisteddfod, which means, in Druid terms, to sit, to tell stories, to sing, to dance, have a party, I suppose you'd say now.
Yeah, must be a hell of a party.
I did consciously reject the modern world. I've done that on a very practical and a very magical level, because what happened one day is I woke up, as I put it, and when I woke up I had a house, a mortgage, that kind of stuff. I left it fully furnished. I left...
What, just walked out?
Yeah, I just walked out. I left the key in the door.
It wasn't because you were in negative equity, was it?
No, I left two cars on the drive with the keys in the ignition, got off on my motorcycle and rode off into the sunset. Very poetic kind of notion. But it was what I wanted to do, and it's what I've done, because I got lost, I got trapped in this system. I used to be a manager for a management contracting in the building trade. I've served in Her Majesty's forces and got exemplary conduct on discharge. So when most people look at me and they think, oh, bring back national service, it'd do him good.
You've been there.
I've been there, done that, got the T-shirt, and got it very well as well.
But one wonders really whether that isn't the key to it all, that modern life is so boring and that people like yourself actually are reaching out for some magic.
Well, that could well be the case, but it's most certainly the case that certain people like myself are actually reaching out and finding that magic.
King Arthur, talk to me about some of the things that we know as legends. I mean, there seems to be three things that people know about a lot. One of them is Excalibur, the sword in the stone, the Lady in the Lake, and of course the Round Table.
Yeah, take Excalibur for instance. It was whoever drew the sword from beneath the stone was rightwise King of England. So while everyone tried to lift the stone, which was impossible, what come to me was to dig a trench from the lake. So as the water of the lake went into the hole, there was displacement. It uprighted the stone that went like that, and as it did, the fairy hand came out. Fairy meaning a dead man's hand holding the stone that I took from my father's hand. And of course from that two legends sprang up. And that's the true story of Excalibur, as I remember it.
So you were there, were you?
I was most definitely there. I have childhood memories of dreams and memories of languages, Brythonic, I mean, which could only be like Cornish, smattering of Latin. There are certain words I know, phrases I know. And often I dream in languages that are no longer used.
But there'll be people watching this who says, if that man believes he's King Arthur, he must be a nutter. How do you respond to that rather unkind view?
Well, that's fine, because if being a nutter who thinks he's King Arthur gives me a platform to get serious points across and fight for truth, honour and justice, then I can live with that.